Hey guys, we're back with another Legacy League, and today we're playing JPA 93's Show and Tell Eureka deck, which seems pretty straightforward. It's like the sneak attack deck, or sneak and show, but with Eureka instead of sneak attack. And then, well, it gets to play Veil of Summer, which just seems insane against discard, combo, and control. And there's some Carpet of Flowers, and this crazy Shifting Ceratops. I mean, I'm not really sure when I'm going to board this in, but we'll see how it goes. Just do the best that I can. Alright, so we're on the play. And this is an interesting hand. What would JPA 93 do? I mean, if I ponder and find something, a big old creature to put into play, we're in pretty good shape. I think I'm supposed to keep this. Alright. I don't really want to play out the Lotus Petals and let my opponent know what's up. I don't really want my Preordain to get spell pierced. Hopefully my opponent will be sufficiently confused about what's going on. Okay, there's a Griselbrand. You know, I should have kept that Lotus Petal. That was foolish. So I could just play Show and Tell again next turn. So I think I'm just going to go for it here. And hope to draw land when he counters this. Oh. There we go. Alright, he's got Force of Will anyway. Okay. Man, I really should have put that land on top. You really got to consider your every move with this deck. Brainstorm. Alright. Play Ponder. Man, no mana sources. I guess I'm a shuffle. Oh man, I just should have kept that Lotus Petal. Astrolabe. Renin 6. Alright. Play Griselbrand. Alright, so I don't see a reason to do anything other than just chill here. Okay. Seems unlikely I would need the second intuition. I might need to cast Show and Tell just because of the way this mana is. Well, this is unfortunate because he can just attack. If I draw a 7 and don't get there, obviously he can just attack for 2. But I could let this go, fetch out a forest, play intuition, then cast Eureka. Well, no. I think what I want to do is get an island, play Brainstorm, play Intuition, play Show and Tell. I think that's the play. Alright. Oh, but it comes into play tapped. Wait, no, it doesn't. Okay, that's Path to Exile. Whew. Play Brainstorm. Okay, so there's Omniscience. So this is going to be smooth sailing. Yep. So I'll just need to play Show and Tell, put Omniscience into play, and then Intuition for Emrakul, and then win the game on the subsequent turn. Play Show and Tell. Put Omniscience into play. Play Intuition. Emrakul. 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 Okay. So a little misstep there in not keeping the second Lotus petal on top there, so I could just jam Show and Tell twice in a row there. But this kind of dirtily deck that we're playing against here is just the kind of deck that makes me want to play what we're playing here. So I'm going to replace the Cities of Traitors with Bosejus. And I'm going to make the Spell Pierces into Veils of Summer. Honestly, I feel like this is a matchup where Shifting Ceratops wouldn't be terrible, but I can't imagine I'm really supposed to bring in Shifting Ceratops here. It just seems like it should be pretty easy to win with Veil of Summer and Boseju. But man, what would he even do if I casted? I guess he could Swords it. Okay. I really don't know when I'm going to board these in, so I'm probably going to speculate about this on every round. JPA 93 is obviously a master, and I'm just doing the best that I can. Okay. We'll roll with this. Astrolabe. Okay, so Eureka is one part of the combo. So I'm going to play Ponder. The only thing is I could just hold up Veil of Summer for his discard spell. He didn't play that turn 1 though, so I guess I'll just play Lotus Petal. And we can protect our hand that way and just accept the 2-for-1 kind of. This hand is can win next turn if I don't end up having to do that. No, it can't. Because I can't get all these cards into my hand. Alright, I guess I'm gonna put... There's just no way I'm gonna go for this next turn, right? Yeah, because I'll just be playing Omniscience and then nothing. So... I think the card I want to draw... I guess drawing Force of Will doesn't seem that great, though, is the only thing. But it would be the card I want to pitch to Force of Will. But there's almost nothing I want to Force of Will this turn. So maybe I'll just draw the Omniscience and then the Lotus Petal and see what happens. I mean, maybe my opponent just does nothing this turn, and then I can just sit back and hold up Veil of Summer. I guess the reason he didn't play any discard, though, just might be because he didn't have Astrolabe. What are we getting here? Renin 6. Alright, well, that scarcely matters. Okay. So I could go for the Eureka here, but yeah, that just doesn't seem to do it. So I'm just going to sit back one more turn. And I guess drawing the Force to pitch to Force and just jamming Eureka is good, but I'm not really under any pressure. What I'd really like my opponent to do is play a discard spell here so I can cast Veil of Summer. See, what would be even better than drawing Force of Will is drawing a land. So maybe I should just shuffle. If I draw like a beater, that's like almost as good as drawing Force of Will anyway, because I can afford to pitch Intuition to Force of Will. Alright, I think these are fine. I'm going to Brainstorm on my opponent's end step unless I get a chance to cast Veil of Summer. And then I think I can just play Show and Tell, and he'll need to have a couple things to survive that. Teferi Time Raveler. So I'm drawing Show and Tell next turn. So this does stop me from being able to counter thing. I think I'm going to play a Brainstorm here. Wow, so there's Boseju. I kind of want to just force this, pitching Show and Tell. Play Boseju next turn, and then just, I don't think he can beat Boseju. And I can protect myself with Veil of Summer if need be. I think I have to set up for the Boseju here. So what we'll put back is, let's see, what are we going to pitch to force? Probably Omniscience. And so I can put back, I guess he could counter the thing I play. Man. I think I am going to just go ahead and force this, because it'll make Veil of Summer do something. And the card I'll pitch is Omniscience. Okay. And then, like, if he doesn't, if he wants to fight over this, I hope I set it up so I draw Show and Tell next turn. Okay, there's a Pyroblast. Okay, so I think I'm just going to play Veil of Summer here. And see what happens. Okay, so I think I can just win the game. Yeah. So I wouldn't want to have my opponent sacrifice 6 permanents with Griselbrand. So I was going to get, with Emrakul, and leave behind Teferi and then bounce it. But I guess, I'm sure Griselbrand would have won the game drawing 14 cards. I think that would have been the thing to do. All right. Well, that is 1 down. Yeah. People like to play these dirtily snow control decks. And Veil of Autumn just seems really good against them. Boseju also powers through Eureka and Show and Tell, which obviously doesn't do a sneak attack. So that's a fun reason to be on this blue-green build, which are definitely my favorite colors. My impressions with this dry run of this deck does seem harder to play than straight up sneak attack. You just don't have access to some of the same sideboard cards. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to keep. The only question is if I want to play Ponder turn 1 or just slam Boseju. I guess if I slam Boseju, I could in theory draw a Lotus Petal next turn and just win. I think that's not very likely, and I kind of just want to play this Ponder. Otherwise, I kind of have to force pitching. I guess I could force pitching Show and Tell. I think I'm just gonna play the Ponder. Wow, there was a Lotus Petal on top. That's feel foolish now. All right. Well, this way I can just force and pitch the extra Show and Tell. Uh-oh. Dark Ritual. Well, this never ends well. Am I gonna force here? I think so. All right. My opponent must be trying to look me up or figure out what I'm doing. Maybe they're just on Storm. I figured it was well, I guess it was foolish the way I set this up here. Okay. I think I'm playing Show and Tell now, though. Oh, no, it's Preordain. Yeah, I pitched Show and Tell the Force of Will. That's what happened. Well, a little clumsy of a start here. Still alive, but don't know how long. Just need a mana. Come on. One more turn. Doesn't look like it. Oh, Thoughtseize. Alright. Well, if we just draw a blue card, we can hang in there. It's good that he has to take the Eureka there. I'm just going to pretend that this was a blue card. Looks like he's going for it. It's too bad I couldn't snag the blue card there. But I did have the mana I was hoping for a turn earlier. This should be a determinative pass and Flames win here. Oh, okay. For a second there, I thought it was a Storm Short, but yeah, it's one more black spell, obviously. Alright. Alright, good news is that Veil of Summer is very good in this matchup. What do I want to board out, though? I guess I can afford to cut Preordain. I guess basic Forest. Cutting one of those Spell Pierces is an option, but it seems like a pretty good card in this matchup. Alright. I guess I thought for sure my opponent was on like a Lotus, like a mono black reanimator with a double Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual start. They're always doing that. But it's too bad I didn't just hang on. Maybe when they play 2 Lotus Petals, start playing the Dark Ritual and like don't duress you right away, that's a pretty good indicator they don't have the duress. Maybe he did though. And well, 3 fatties is more than I need. It does have Brainstorm and Intuition though. It does have some fatties, but it's not a very quick hand. It's just pretty slow and doesn't have any interaction. I get to Brainstorm once. Okay. Alright, this I'm gonna keep. I guess I'm gonna put back the Intuition. And hopefully we can just Veil of Summer our opponent's discard. If not, we'll be brainstorming on turn 2 and praying to hit a mana. If we get to Veil of Summer a discard spell though, it's gonna be pretty awesome. Yes. Ah, not a discard spell. Veil of Summer still stops some cold though from going off. Alright, here we go. Eh. Alright, well, the good news is we're not about to die. I guess maybe I should have just kept the first hand, but... Come on, discard spell. And then maybe I could draw Ancient Tomb. Here it comes. Cabal Ritual. Alright. Well, this is gonna work, because we're gonna get to go for it here. Ad nauseum, huh? Alright, I guess I'm just gonna force this one. Sure, that will cause all kinds of problems if my opponent plays ad nauseum. Alright, as long as it's not goblins. Past in Flames. Alright. Okay, so I think, alright, he's just going to try to tendrils me here, and we're going to get to win. Yeah, this gives me hexproof, so I should be all set here. I think he has to target himself since he can't target me. Which is probably just irritating to, yeah, he's targeting himself. Obviously, the effect is nothing, but it is funny, he has to select himself. Well, Veil of Summer is just a silly, silly card. That's all I can say about that. Okay. On the draw this game. Anything I would want to change. Veil of Summer was good. Definitely need those Force of Wills. I mean, I guess the only thing I'd want to bring in is Preordain. I definitely need the Lotus Petals. I guess I don't need Boseju. Maybe that should just be the Forest, though. Okay. Alright, here we go. Alright, well these are a bunch of good cards, so I'm definitely going to keep. So we're going to get to hold up Veil of Summer, so it's hard to feel bad about that. Unless he plays Petal and a bunch of stuff. He does not, though. Alright, so I'm going to play this Tropical Island, play this Petal, and sit back on Veil of Summer. Ah, yes. It's just such a savage 2-for-1. Alright, there's an Omniscience. So we'll start with a Brainstorm. Okay, I probably only need one Omniscience. We can go off next turn. I guess I might as well hide Eureka. If I need to force a will twice, Eureka's not going to be very good. But, I probably won't need to do that. But I do need all of these spells in order to win. And so I guess the first Omniscience can go back. And then is it necessary to hide Eureka from a discard spell? I mean, if he doesn't take Force, that'll be good. I think hiding Eureka is fine. The only thing is I could put something else back and then potentially shuffle it away. Like maybe I only want one Force of Will, but that seems really risky, I guess. Probably too rich for my blood. Although one Force of Will probably would see me through the turn. I think I'm just going to hide the Eureka, though. Alright, let's see what he can do here. Duress. Alright, well, he can play a copy of Duress. Okay. Preordain. Passing. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be playing Eureka, putting Omniscience into play, and then hoping to get there. But at least I can play Force of Will for free. Alright. Alright, so we'll play Ponder. Well, there's Griselbrand right there. Good heavens. Play Griselbrand. Play Intuition. This deck is crazy. Okay, it looks like the opponent conceded. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So this blue-green color combination definitely been very good in the first two matchups. I mean, I think that Storm would be well positioned in this metagame with the kind of against dirtily snow control decks. And, well, you see a lot of blue-red Delver decks that just don't play very much counter magic. And, I mean, I guess Rug had a good performance in the last challenge. I mean, he didn't like win the tournament, but there was plenty of top 32 Rug Delver decks. But in general, I think, well, Rug is just an awkward deck in that it plays a whole bunch of counter spells and not many threats. And so, just there's so many angles of approach in this metagame. It's hard to be sitting back trying to answer what your opponent is doing. You want a really fast approach. In any case, these are obviously the matchups which we're trying to play against so far. So, all right. Well, I've also won 3 die rolls in a row, so that never hurts. So I'm gonna keep. And I think I'm going to start just with this basic island. And depending on what my opponent does here, I might Brainstorm on their end step. Okay, looks like I won't bother doing that. There's a Force of Will. So this turn I'll definitely Brainstorm on my opponent's end step. Ooh, what do we have here? A Crane. I don't see any reason to be concerned about a Crane. Does make me wish I had played the City of Traitors so I could just Intuition for Griselbrand. So I'm not proud of that. But there are any of Griselbrand, Emrakul, or Omniscience would be very good here. We have a bunch of looks at it. Not happening yet, though. I guess I probably don't need this Misty Rainforest. Here we go. So I'm just gonna go for this. Okay. Cranial plating. Yeah, that seems fine. Alright. Start off with an attack. I'm pretty sure I can win if I draw 7 cards. I don't think my opponent can deal 18 damage next turn. Yeah. I guess I could draw 7 more to try to find. I guess that seems pretty greedy. All right. So this deck is obviously like a Chalice of the Void type deck. I guess I like the way Glintinous Crane is being used in these decks, like some kind of Brainstorm type effect. All right. Anyway, see, it's easy to run like Artifact Destruction in Sneak Attack because, you know, like a Braid's really good. But in this case, we only have Echoing Truth. I mean, you could run Naturalize. And I kind of feel like maybe this deck should play, just suck it up and play Naturalize, even though the card kind of stinks. In any case, man, I'm just gonna see what the man himself, JPA 93, says about Chalice decks. So he boards out Flusterstorm for Pyroclasm. This is his Sneak Attack article. So he doesn't recommend much in the way of changes. Okay. Well, what I can do is cut a Boseju for Echoing Truth. And then, well, Preordain is a 1-drop, and I kind of like reducing the amount of 1-drops against Chalice decks. I mean, I think this is what I would do. Alright, so this hand gets blown out by a turn 1 Chalice. But is pretty reasonable otherwise. But my opponent sure snap kept. I think it's fine to mulligan once here. Ah. Okay. Alright. I think I can afford to ditch Lotus Petal and an island. Alright, well, he doesn't have a Chalice, but, I mean, this hand seems like it could, it seems fine nonetheless. This isn't too much worse than what we had before. Cranial plating revealed to the crane. Yep. And a second Ornithopter. Okay, well that's a Eureka, so that's good to see. It's part of the combo. Just gotta play Tropical Island, play Ponder, find some stuff to put into play, or not. I guess keeping Brainstorm, I could draw the Brainstorm and then draw the city. I guess there's a chance Eureka gets countered here, so maybe the backup Eureka is fine. Alright. Alright. So that's certainly a chalice. But he's not playing cranial plating, and we're still at 18, so I mean that seems good. Plating. Alright, he doesn't have another mana, so I mean that's really good. Alright. Okay, here's a lotus petal. So do I just want to brainstorm now? I think I can afford just to brainstorm on my next turn. Well, I need Echoing Truth anyway. I mean, I could have done some kind of shenanigan, but yeah. All right. Yeah, but I'll definitely Echoing Truth Chalice on his end step, and then we'll try to brainstorm into cards that win. Is this going to get Force of Will? Seems like he definitely has the Force, and kind of puts us in an awkward spot. Yeah. Well, so I can play out these Lotus Petals and then the Eureka and not have to use the Ancient Tomb. He's only dealing 6 damage anyway next turn, so maybe I end up at 1 somehow. I'm sure my Eureka is about to get Force of Willed here. I'm just trying to think if it matters if I use Ancient Tomb like this turn or not. I mean, if he plays another artifact and we use Ancient Tomb this turn, we're dead. So I guess we don't want to risk it. So I might as well not use Ancient Tomb this turn. And then, so I would definitely want to draw Eureka again and hope they didn't play another artifact. So we'll go like this. So we're playing around Spell Pierce, which I'd have to imagine he does not play in his Chalice of the Void deck. Force of Negation. Alright. Does he have another artifact? It looks like he probably does. Yep. Okay. Alright. Yeah, alright, well the combination of Chalice, and Force of Will can be good. So should I be trying to bring in Boseju maybe? deck sure packs a quick clock. How would I fit in Boseju? Cutting Ancient Tomb, maybe? Man, the quick win definitely seems good. Spell Pierce seems pretty good on the play here, while with being able to counter Chalice. Alright, I think we'll just try it like this. You know, this actually might not have been a bad matchup for the Shifting Ceratops. I probably should have thought about that harder. That could maybe have gone in over... It just has, like, reach, which seems good. It doesn't really stop cranial plating. This deck seems really slow without cranial plating. I don't know. Alright. I guess I'm not going to jam this Eureka here. Kind of seems like he has a counter spell. Cranial plating. But no creature as of yet. Alright, man, I'd love to draw a Brainstorm. Alright, we can fire that off on his end of turn. It's too bad I don't have that third Boseju. Alright, well, that's fine. See, this intuition is the thing that I need to win with Omniscience in play. But maybe I should just intuition for Brainstorm. I guess that seems like an okay play. Maybe I'll counter this. Okay. A fatty? Well, I mean, he just played Force of Will. What are the chances he has Pact Negation? Okay. 3 sphere. Man, he's definitely gonna have a whole bunch of artifacts next turn. So I think I'm pretty much Dunsky here. Yeah, man, this deck surprisingly hard to play against, but I guess I just wasn't quite sure how this thing was constructed, I guess. But any build like this playing a whole bunch of Pactive, Force of Negations, and Force of Wills definitely should have been running all 3 Bosejus. Well, I think I could win a matchup like that just with more experience. But it's tough to attack both the Force Will and Chalice angle of this deck for sure. I guess I could have made the Cities of Traitors into Bosejus. And then probably made Preordain into Echoing Truth. Probably would have got the job done. Alright. Alright, well I've won 4 die rolls. That's pretty hot. This hand. Well, it does have Force of Will and Spell Pierce to buy a couple turns, so you gotta figure that is worth something. That's worth a couple draw steps. And it has most of the combo too. This hand needs 2 mana and like any creature. I don't love mulliganing with this deck, is what I find. Man, this is a tough decision. I guess hoping for too much better than this is greedy. This hand seems like what I would call like a fine 6, where if I mulligan to 6, I mean I would definitely keep, but I kind of want to just... This hand just seems pretty slow, and this isn't really a control deck. But it needs at least a big creature and a couple draws. I think I'm just gonna mulligan once here. Okay. And I mean, I think this hand probably is better, so I think I'll get rid of the extra Eureka. I'm gonna be all in on going for a quick win here, just with what I have. Like Lotus Petals, I mean. I won't be able to play Eureka twice anyway. Okay. Ponder. So I would need to brainstorm into land plus fatty for this to be a good idea. It's not the most unreasonable ask ever. Alright, well, those are lands and fatties. A fatty. So, don't see why I wouldn't start with a show and tell. Alright, so is my opponent on Storm? Can they kill me next turn? It looks like they can. I guess he pretty much has to go for it here. Well, what I do like about this deck compared to Storm, I feel like Storm is pretty much a 3-card combo, like at least, like Dark Ritual, Lion's Eye Diamond, and then like Infernal Tutor. Like any hand with those 3 cards, it gives you like a land or 2, or maybe a Lotus Petal, and you're ready to go off. But with Sneak and Show, or Show and Tell, I mean, just Brainstorm into Show and Tell plus Fatty does it. It's just a 2-card combo. And so Brainstorm is pretty darn potent. I guess it seems like situations where you kind of go for it with Brainstorm are often rewarded. There was that situation in the earlier game where I didn't set up with Lotus. Like, I don't know. I guess I had the chance to draw Lotus Petal off the top and just win, and I wasn't sure if I should have played Boseju on turn 1 or not. And, well, you just don't need to ask so much from your cantrips. Alright. So we get to play Veil of Summer again, which is hilarious. That card just keeps on giving. So I think that this is the loadout that I want. Alright. Okay. You know, I don't think this is a terrible hand on the draw. The Lotus Petal makes it kind of high octane. If we get turned 1, then that's cool. There's only so much I can hope for on the draw anyway. I mean, this is definitely his prime chance to play a discard spell, so, I mean, that's cool. But yeah, now I get to ponder and then maybe find like a Force of Will or something. Oh, he took Lotus Petal too. So... Okay, Eureka's not a bad one. Whew. Man, the only thing is that just getting to turn 4 to play Eureka and keeping these cards, it seems pretty questionable. So in that way, I guess taking Lotus Petal worked out pretty well, but man, what I really want here is like an Autumn Veil or a Veil of Autumn or Force of Will. Is it Veil of Summer? I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, Veil of Summer. So I think I'm gonna shuffle. Okay, Force of Will is definitely what I was looking for. Another Force of Will. Alright, so... I'm I'm just trying to decide if I want to play Ponder here, or if I'd rather play Brainstorm. I think I'd probably just play the Brainstorm on his end step. Yeah, I think I'll try to play Brainstorm on his end step and go from there. Veil of Summer. Now I'm getting a taste of my own medicine here. See, I guess it's unfortunate I wanted to brainstorm in response. I mean, I could brainstorm in response and see if I can find a Veil of Summer of my own, because that would obviously, then I could just Veil of Summer to answer his crazy combo there. I could also just try to brainstorm and find Spell Pierce also. He's going to get to draw a card, most likely, but I think I pretty much have to brainstorm here. Okay. So Griselbrand is going to be the fatty I put into play. And then I guess I'm gonna force this pitching Ponder. I could just force pitching Force, and my opponent probably won't go for it again. Or they probably will. Yeah, I guess I'd want to have to save that Ponder in case I do. I guess it'd be stupid. I don't know. We'll see what they want to do here. Hopefully it's not a discard spell. Okay, so now we can just force this also. It's hard times for my opponent that we drew 3 Force of Wills, but I mean, there was a good chance of finding Veil of Summer or Spell Pierce off that Brainstorm. Okay, and so now we are just looking for 1 more mana. Not quite. Here we go. Or Show and Tell. And I can probably win with Griselbrand here, I'd have to imagine. Yep. Okay. All right. It is on to round 5 here. Yeah, all these matchups seem pretty winnable. The Salty Spittoon there I wasn't quite ready for, but I can't argue with how his deck was constructed there. What with the chalices and all those packs. Yeah, Pact of Force of Negation. Forces, that's what it was. In any case. Yeah, man, this deck, it's pretty... I mean, I definitely like the way it runs Veil of Summer. And I think it's cool the way Boseju can play both Eureka and Show and Tell. Eureka is like a much clumsier card at 4 mana, and the double green can be tricky at sometimes, but I mean, Sneak Attack obviously costs 4 mana also, but it does not have the double red. In any case, alright, we lost a die roll here finally. This seems like a fine hand. Oh boy. Okay, so no. An Eldrazi Mimic, I think, is fine. Alright, so I'll probably have to make do with Intuition. But we'll probably need to force a Thought-Knot Seer here. But then we can Intuition for Show and Tell. And should be all set from there. Oh, no Thought-Knot Seer? Okay. Yep. Play City of Traitors. Okay, if nothing too crazy happens this turn, I think we're gonna get there, but oh man, he does have this Cavern of Souls. So he is gonna get to smash our reality, it would seem. Okay, so he's gonna get in for 10 here. Yeah, I don't see anything to do about it. He's gonna become... Yeah, alright. Alright, down to 8. Play Intuition. Get Show and Tell. Okay, now we have a couple cracks at getting a fatty here between the draw step and these cantrips. Swing and a miss so far. Tap that for 2 in response. Play Show and Tell. Put Omniscience into play. And then I'm just thinking about whether it's worth it to sacrifice this Misty before playing Preordain. It might let me Griselbrand for 7, which I guess where he has Karakas in play. Drawing 7 cards with Griselbrand might be very important. Okay, there's Emrakul, so I think we just won. So I don't think Caracas is going to do anything about this. Okay. All right. That's what I like to do. Okay. So I'm just gonna see what the man himself has to say about Eldrazi. Okay, he doesn't sideboard anything. But I think I do want some Echoing Truths. Probably in the Preordain slot. It's definitely a Cunning Wish build he's talking about in that article there, JPA 93. Alright, so close to pulling out this 4-1 here. Well, I'm going to cut a Boseju for an Echoing Truth for sure. And then, do I want to cut 2 Preordains for 2 Echoing Truths? I mean, probably. I could buy some time. I don't want to get chaliced. And it's not like I need to worry about counter spells like in that other matchup. It's pretty much Thought Not Seer and Chalice of the Void are the only cards that matter. Could bring in this crazy thing, but I don't think that's needed. This hand. Well, it's not great against Chalice of the Void, but it's pretty okay against everything else. And he did swiftly keep his 7 there. Alright. I feel like he's going to have Chalice of the Void, and I'm going to lose, but... Okay, that's not Chalice of the Void yet. Okay. Woo! Alright. Play Ponder. Alright. I guess Intuition and Lands is going to have to do it. Well, I already have Intuition. But this Omniscience will mean I don't lose to... Will mean like Show and Tell will be a sure win. Alright. And I guess I could get Thought not... You know, my thoughts could get knotted up here. And backup could do something. Wasteland. Alright. Is he just going to pass it then? Okay. I don't really know if the 1/1 there is worth a card. You'd think he would have played Chalice, right, if he had it. I'm just trying to think if it's better to draw Intuition or Ponder next turn. Obviously, if he plays Chalice, it's a disaster. Alright. I already have Brainstorm, though. But I guess I really don't see why I'm going to need to cast Intuition more than once with what I've got here. So... What have we got, opponent, for turn 2 here? Certainly a peculiar hand that my opponent's kept. Is there something he's going to want to flash into play? Response to my show and tell? What do we got here? He's got to be setting up for like a Thought-Knot Seer next turn. Maybe he wants to save the Thought-Knot for my show and tell. I think I just gotta fetch another island here. Play Ponder. Sure am drawing Intuition, but this Scalding Tarn will mean that I can Intuition on my opponent's end step. And so it seems like he really needs to win the game next turn. Well, he's got two turns to do something. He plays Thought-Knot next turn. I'm sure he would take my Intuition. But then I could just Brainstorm for this other Intuition, so I think I'll just do this. Alright. Yeah, I really don't know about that endless one-on-one, but if he's not playing a big ol' Eldrazi here. Attacks for 4. Another Matter Reshaper. Okay. Oh, there's a temple. But he's just passing. I have no idea what my opponent's doing. I think that I feel like maybe he just kept a hand with Caracas in it. He's hoping to get me with that. I'm definitely Intuitioning this turn, so I'm definitely going to play this Brainstorm. Okay. He can attack for 7. I'm just trying to think if he plays like Thought-Knot Seer or something. I guess I'll just wing it. I don't think I'm going to be... I'm sure I'm Intuitioning and not Echoing Truthing this turn. You need a pretty good turn to deal 14 damage to me here. Looks like you can only deal 7. There's Caracas. Thorn of Amethyst. Alright, well, that's not going to do it. Play Intuition. Play Show and Tell. What is this? Endbringer. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna do it. Attack with these guys. This thing doesn't have flying, right, or anything. And unfortunately, I'm just gonna play Emrakul again. Alright, well that wasn't always pretty. And I don't know about my opponent's hand, and I guess it looks like they kept a Caracas hand. I guess one really good thing about this deck is, well, you do a lot of putting Omniscience and, into play, which makes it easy to play around Containment Priest and Caracas. So that's really an upside that Eureka has over Sneak Attack. It facilitates that game plan. All right, well, there you have it, folks. Yeah, JPA's 93's deck is sweet. I still haven't sideboarded this Shifting Ceratops in a single game, but I think this deck is pretty cool. I mean, just with the ridiculous snow pile decks people are playing, Veil of Summer is just a ridiculous card. It's just a savage 2-for-1, and I guess Storm gets to utilize it pretty well. Although they're in an awkward spot. Well, they need to play it before, you can't wait. You need to not have Hellbent, so you can have to play it ahead of time. This deck can play Veil of Summer reactively. You can always be like a 2-for-1. Like if we had drawn Spell Pierce against our Storm opponent, because they had 3 lands in play, tapped 1 to play the Veil of Summer, and had 2 untapped lands, and then the 2 Lion's Eye Diamonds, and so obviously if you Spell Pierce their Veil of Summer there, they're probably out of luck. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks.